Have you had any friends tell you that they're afraid of their family members being taken by ICE?
Yes.
I have seen some kids maybe like
Crying.
heard that I don't want to go there. Maybe they're there. I don't know what's gonna happen to me mom or dad. And that just makes me sad because I'm a kid and I already know that it's gonna happen, but I think it's not gonna happen. But I just tell them, hey, it's gonna be okay. That's why we're here to say that it's not gonna happen.
You don't need me to tell you about all the injustices that are happening under Donald Trump. We read about them, we hear about them each day on the news. Immigrant families and even citizens are abused and sent off to prisons, and all the time while Donald Trump is giving himself awards or building a ballroom or playing golf. And his administration is trying to rob us of our sacred right to vote. Absolutely boo.
Are you concerned with federal manipulation, federal involvement in future elections, and are you concerned about election integrity?
I am absolutely concerned about election integrity. Based on what we've seen over the last year and the special elections that we've seen, you know, Mar-a-Lago is now represented by a Democrat. That just happened recently. We've had deep red districts in Texas turn over. We are seeing Democrats win in places that Trump won by 15 or 20 points. So we can see that the electorate has shifted, and it is clear to me that if this trend continues, the midterms are going to be dominated by Democrats at the local and the national level, and we will elect a Democratic House of Representatives and probably a Democratic Senate as well. My concern is that there are attempts by this administration to undermine that. The SAVE Act is one piece of that, trying to create obstructions to people's ability to vote in one way and another. I'm concerned about ICE being sent to polling places. We are concerned that there will be attempts to make sure that our election is not the free and fair election that we have been guaranteed by the Constitution. What we want is what we have always had in this country. We want a continuation of democratic norms.
All this time, our congresspeople that we send to represent us many times are just doing nothing, sitting on their asses. We all know these facts, but sometimes people ask me, well, I understand that, but what can we do? You are doing it now. You are doing it now with people all across the country. You are doing it now with the people around you. Look around you. Seriously, I'm talking about now. Look at the people around you. Sometimes we ignore each other right beside each other. See all these people? My gosh, there's so many people I don't even know which direction to speak in. Look at them around you. These are your compatriots. This is our army. It is not an army of hate and violence. It's an army of love, an army of determination, an army of justice, and this army will win!
I see silly people like Brandy Cruz calling indivisible radicals and far left.
That's very interesting. There is no far left movement in the
Yeah.
United States. Even the Democratic Party is center right in the world political spectrum.
Yeah.
Indivisible is to the left of center, but we are in the place where we think that it's a good idea for us to have a constitutional democratic republic that obeys its own laws and that has strong social safety nets along with restrictions that have protections in place so that the marketplace functions well, but cannot just get out of control.
Yeah, and you know, I've heard also people say, well, we don't have a king, so what's the point of this protest? It's a pointless protest. What's your response to that?
The point of this is that we have masked agents on the street disappearing people without any right to due process. And as I said earlier today, those are the basic constitutional protections that we've had in place since 1789. The courts have upheld that for hundreds of years. These are the laws that our country governs by. And when we have an executive branch that is trying to become a power unto itself rather than the separation of powers that our founders set up, we have a problem. We have a person in the head of the executive branch who is acting like he is a king, title or no title. That is a concern. We need to get back to our democratic republic values.
I don't want to see my community sad. It makes me mad, it makes me sad. I just want them to be happy because we all deserve respect.
Yeah. And how old are you?
I'm 8.
9.
Are you sisters?
Yes.
Yes. And I see that you have Wenatchee for Immigrant Justice hats
Yes.
on. Are you and your family involved in that organization?
Yes.
Yes. And what does that organization do for the community?
It's like if ICE is out their doors, the person calls, and if it's like actually happening, they go and see if it's not real, because sometimes there's rumors about it.
But what are we fighting for? That's the question. What are we fighting for? You know, we know what we're fighting against. What are we fighting for? We're fighting for an America that needs to be what it is supposed to be, what it is designed to be, where all people are created equal. It needs to be a country where we fight for the American dream as articulated by Martin Luther King. This is a dream where all God's children, black people and white people, Jews and Arabs, men, women, and non-binary, Mexican immigrants and Ukrainian, I'm changing the words a little bit. The meaning is still there, okay? All people, all of God's children will be able to join hands and sing in the words of the old spiritual, free at last, free at last. Praise God Almighty, we are free at last.
This president, I don't know if he has a heart or not, but I think we all should have respect. But I honestly think that maybe he can change, but I think maybe he's wrong. We can't just separate more than one people. We can all be together and build America. But if he doesn't have heart, I mean, like, I don't know. Maybe he knows that you're separating their families, friends, communities. That's why we are here to. Because Trump fights with violence, we fight with words, and it's not fair that they fight with violence, but I just think that maybe he can just change.
But I hear people say, no, that's just an unrealistic fantasy. People like us, we can't fight what's happening in Washington, D.C. around the world. We just can't do that. Hoping is hard work, people. Hoping is hard work. We aren't doing this for today and tomorrow. This fight's going to last, and we need to keep fighting each and every moment. We need to keep fighting, and we need to fight with hope. I want to share with you 2 quotes that are very vital to me. The first is from Margaret Mead. Never doubt that a small, thoughtful group of committed citizens can change the world. Indeed, it is the only thing that ever has. Well, let me tell you, folks, this isn't a small group, and we can change the world.
Is there anything else that you think the community should know that I didn't ask you about?
I think they should know that Well, first, the people from here, thank you because you guys always support us. And the people that are, well, that don't work for us, I'm just gonna let you know. This, you guys treat how you guys want to be treated. If you treat us bad, maybe we treat you bad, but we are not that type of person. We already know that fighting and violence, it's not what we do. We fight with our voice and our feelings.